Njinga of Ndongo and Matamba by Ekiuwa Aire, illustrated by Natalia Popova. This book belongs to my local library, but you if you buy it. Over 400 years ago, in what is now Angola, a baby girl was born. She was the daughter of the Soba, the traditional ruler. He was called Mbandi Kiluanji, and he was of the Kimbundu people of Ndongo. But something was wrong. During the baby's birth, her mother's cord became twisted around her neck. She was not breathing. The nurse gently wrapped the baby in soft cloths and took her to the Soba. "The baby is dying," she explained tearfully. Taking the silent baby, Soba Kiluanji looked carefully into her tiny face. There was strength in her. He was sure of it. He did not want his daughter to die. He did not even know her yet, but already he loved her dearly. What could he do? Perhaps I could breathe for her, he thought. Drawing a deep breath, the Soba covered the baby's mouth and nose with his own mouth. Then he gently blew air into her lungs. He looked again at her face. Still no crying, no breathing. But yet he saw her strength. She wanted to live. Taking another deep breath, he again carefully filled her lungs. Again and again, Soba Kiluanji breathed for his daughter. He would not give up. Finally, the baby cried and moved. She was alive. The Soba laughed with delight. "I was certain she was lost, but you have breathed life back into her," exclaimed the nurse. The nurse carried the baby to her mother. "Here is your beautiful baby," she told her. "She has survived a difficult birth. She will grow up to do great things." The story of the ruler's exceptional daughter quickly spread. Soon it reached the ears of Mbandi, her Penguami brother. "What is so great about her?" Mbandi wondered. "She was only a baby and not even a boy." Everyone knew that the firstborn son was the most important child. "She is not special," he thought. The baby was named Njinga, which means twist. Njinga Mbandi, because of her difficult birth. She was strong, healthy, active, and bright. She captured her father's heart from the very beginning. Soba Kiluanji loved to play with Njinga. When she was old enough, he sent her to Shikola, school, because he wanted her to learn to read and write in Portuguese. The Ndongo kingdom often had dealings with the governments of the European country of Portugal. Mbandi was not happy. "School is not for girls," he said. The Soba did not listen to him. "Your sister is quite smart," he said. "She will go to school with you." One day, when Njinga was 7, her teacher, a Portuguese missionary, asked a question. "Do you know how to recite your numbers in Portuguese?" "Of course," answered Njinga. "Zero, dois, três." Njinga kept going. Just as she passed the number 12, Mbandi interrupted her. "The teacher has only taught us to read up to the number 10, he said. "How do you know these other numbers?" "I studied at home," answered Njinga. "I can go all the way to 100. The teacher laughed and later reported the story to the Soba. "My, you are clever, Njinga," he said. Mbandi scowled. "It isn't fair. She's just showing off. Njinga should not be allowed in school." You see his angry face. A few years later, Njinga's father was crowned the Ngola, king of Ndongo. He started to invite Njinga to join him in attending the business of the kingdom. This made Mbandi even more unhappy. Njinga watched eagerly as her father went about his duties. When she was old enough, the Ngola even took Njinga to war. "Why do you bring her, father?" asked Mbandi. "She can do nothing. She's a waste of time." But Ngola Kiluanji disagreed. "As an infant, she fought to live. She is a fighter." "I don't see anything special about her," objected Mbandi. "She's just a girl." Njinga listened closely as her father talked with other rulers or made military plans. She learned everything she could. It became clear that she not only breathed her father's breath, but also shared his talent for leadership. As time passed, Portugal made more rules for the people of the kingdom. Ngola Kiluanji fought back for many years. The constant fighting made him very sad and Kuhoka tired. In 1617, Ngola Mbandi Kiluanji joined the ancestors. What do you think that means, to join the ancestors? Mbandi became the new Ngola. Some in the kingdom were unhappy with Ngola Mbandi's rule. He was cruel, bitter, and listened to no one. "He has always resented me," thought Njinga, "and now he is powerful. I will not be welcome in his kingdom." Njinga knew that she must leave Ndongo. Helped by her faithful Mukuambele helpers, Njinga ran away to a nearby kingdom of Matamba. Things did not go well for the Ngongo kingdom under Ngola Mbandi's rule. The Portuguese government threatened to take over, demanding riches and slaves from among the people. Ngola Mbandi didn't know what to do. He didn't like it at all, but he had to admit that he needed his sister. Njinga, because she spoke Portuguese, was the only person who might talk with the Portuguese and convince them to treat the Ngongo kingdom fairly. So Mbandi swallowed his pride and sent for her. Njinga did not trust her brother. "It may only be a trick so that he can hurt me," she thought. But she knew that her people needed her help. Despite the danger, she decided to return. Njinga went to Luanda in the heart of the Ndongo kingdom to see the Portuguese governor, Dom João Correia de Souza. There, she expected to be treated as an equal. But de Souza sat in a grand chair and directed her to sit on the floor. This was to let everyone know that Njinga was not nearly as important as he was. It did not work. When Njinga spoke to her Mukuambele helpers, one of them dropped down to his hands and knees, creating a proper chair for her. On his back, Njinga sat like a queen on her throne, looking the governor straight in the eyes. Njinga's mission was a success. She outsmarted the Portuguese, convincing them to be kinder to her people. Ngola Mbandi was not so lucky. He lost control of his kingdom. He ran away to a small island on the Kwanza River, where he died of mysterious circumstances. Njinga Mbandi became queen, just as her nurse and her father had imagined many years before. Queen Njinga was a strong ruler. She worked hard to keep her people safe and free. She defended them from the Portuguese and from all who threatened them. In time, however, threats against the Ngongo became too great for the people. The land was no longer safe. Ngola Njinga fought to conquer the kingdom of Matamba and moved her people there. Now she was queen of 2 united kingdoms. Despite the difficulties she faced, Njinga Mbandi remained queen for many years. Her brother was wrong. Njinga was not just a girl. She was a smart ruler, a gifted queen, and a brave warrior. To this very day, she is remembered as the determined and courageous Queen Njinga of Ndongo and Matamba. This must be her here. And here are more facts about the Ndongo and Matamba kingdoms in Angola, Africa. I wanted to read this one part. Angola is a country that was eventually ruled by the Portuguese after Queen Njinga's death. But they named the country for the Ndongo people's word for king, Ngola, Angola. And more facts about Njinga. But you can read all of these on your own. And here is a map of Southwest Africa and the modern country of Angola. It's right next to Namibia, Zambia, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, and many other countries. That was Njinga of Ndongo and Matamba by Ekiuwa Aire and Natalia Popova. And this is EDU Kids Space. Subscribe for more stories, books, and lessons. Hit the bell button so you're notified when I put out new videos. And if you want to support this channel, because I don't make any money off of YouTube, you can go to the Patreon link in the video description. And I will also post a link to this book in the video description, so you can buy that for yourself or for your school or your local library if they don't have it. Thanks for watching.